Hey there, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going on a bit of an architectural tour, but not of a building. We're looking at one of the absolute most incredible structures in the natural world, the human heart. If you're the kind of person who loves figuring out how things are built and how they actually work, well, you are definitely in the right place. We're going to look at the blueprints, the rooms, the walls, the doors, and the massive biological highways that make this powerhouse tick.
Just pause for a second. Think about this. What exactly is powering the life processes inside your chest right now? I mean, it's a machine that literally never sleeps, never takes a coffee break, and is constantly, tirelessly pumping life throughout your entire body. Okay, let's dive into this and look at the fundamental floor plan of this incredible organ.
Section 1. The rooms, the heart's main chambers.
So every great piece of architecture starts with a really solid foundation, right? Well, if we were to walk inside the heart, the very first thing you'd notice is that it's built on a fundamental design of exactly 4 distinct chambers. It's not just some open, hollow cavern in there. It is a highly specialized 4-room structure designed for absolute maximum efficiency. You can think of it just like a 2-story house. We've got an upper level and a lower level. The top rooms are called auricles, but, science loves an alias. You'll also hear these top 2 chambers referred to as atria. Actually, let's just make that super clear. Auricles or atria, they mean the exact same thing, the upper rooms. Right below them, making up the bottom floor, are the ventricles. So that's 2 on top and 2 on the bottom.
Now, we don't just split the heart top and bottom. We also split it straight down the middle into a really distinct right side and left side. So on the right, you have your right atrium sitting right on top of your right ventricle. And over on the left, you've got the left atrium sitting directly above the left ventricle. And there it is. That's your complete 4-room layout.
Section 2. The walls, separating the chambers.
Obviously, you can't have separate rooms without something dividing them, right? Otherwise, everything would just mix together, and structurally, well, that would be a complete disaster for our bodies. The crucial architectural element here is the septum. A septum is really just the dividing wall that separates the chambers of the heart. Whenever you hear that word, I want you to picture a really sturdy, internal, load-bearing wall keeping 2 spaces perfectly distinct. And of course, those walls have specific names based on exactly where they are in our floor plan. It's actually incredibly logical once you break it down. First up, we have the interauricular septum. Inter just means between, and auricular refers to our top rooms, the auricles. So, boom, this is simply the wall separating the 2 top rooms. Below that, we have the interventricular septum. Again, inter meaning between, and ventricular referring to the bottom rooms. So this is the heavy-duty wall separating the left and right ventricles. See, the names perfectly match the architecture.
Section 3. The doors, controlling the flow.
Okay, so now that we've got our rooms and our walls, we need internal doors to move between them without losing control of the whole environment. And in the human heart, these doors are the valves. Let's start with the tricuspid valve. This is the door separating the right auricle from the right ventricle. It controls the flow on the right side of the house. Over on the left side, separating the left auricle and ventricle, we have the bicuspid valve. But remember what I said about science loving an alias? Yeah, the bicuspid valve also goes by the mitral valve. So if you hear bicuspid or mitral, just know we are talking about that exact same vital door on the left side of the heart.
Section 4. The highways, entering and exiting. All right, we've explored the interior layout. Now let's step outside the house for a minute and examine the massive plumbing network connected to it. Because, let's face it, a pump is only as good as its pipes. We have 2 massive intake highways known as the vena cava. The superior vena cava carries deoxygenated blood from the upper half of your body, while the inferior vena cava carries deoxygenated blood from your lower half. Working together, these 2 mighty vessels gather up all the blood that needs refreshing and dump it straight into the heart's right side reception room. So, let's connect all this together and see the logical flow of our biological machine in action. Step 1, it starts with the vena cava, bringing all that deoxygenated blood right into the heart. Step 2, once it's inside, the heart pumps that blood out through a very specific exit highway called the pulmonary artery. That artery carries the blood straight over to the lungs. Once the blood picks up oxygen from the lungs and heads back to the heart, we hit step 3. The aorta takes over to supply this beautifully refreshed blood to the entire body. It's an incredibly organized, perfectly sequenced loop.
I really want to pause on this point about the aorta for a second. It is the absolute largest artery in the human body. When we talk about highways, this is the ultimate exit ramp.
It is a massive, incredibly thick-walled vessel responsible for taking the entirety of the heart's output and distributing it to every single corner of your body. The sheer scale and durability of the aorta is just an absolute marvel of natural engineering.
Which brings us to a final thought I want to leave you with today. The aorta supplies your entire body, but how hard does this four-chambered pump have to work to keep that highway flowing every single second of your life? Think about the constant, rhythmic opening and closing of those bicuspid and tricuspid doors. Think about the relentless fluid pressure against those septums. We've mapped out the rooms and the highways, but the sheer mechanical effort required by this organ to keep you alive without a single moment's rest, it is truly awe-inspiring. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, keep staying curious.